Hello and welcome back to another video. This is the second video of How Will It Burn, and in this video we are going to be burning a shell. Now, a funny story of where this shell came from. Me and my family were at an all-you-can-eat buffet and they were cooking these live in front of you if you wanted them. So my dad had a few and I saved a couple of the shells to do a couple of videos on because there are some interesting things that you can do with shells. This video is going to be a how will it burn. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is turn on the gas burner. There we go, it's on. Now we are going to get the shell. Let me just move, I've got a little lid here just so I can put it on afterwards rather than on the ground. Now we are going to get the shell around and put it in the flame. See what it does. Right. I'm not sure if you're able to see. Ooh, starting to spit. Starting to crack and crackle and actually start spitting. You can see it's starting to actually completely discolour there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's starting to discolour and smell as well. It smells quite strong, which is not something I was expecting, to be completely honest. Let's put it back in. Should be able to see it. You might be able to hear it spitting. And that, whatever it's spitting, I believe is calcium. You can see it off of it. Well, it's starting to actually crack in the middle. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. That's cracking, kind of flaking. And I believe that that is calcium, because obviously shells are made from calcium carbonate, CaCO3, and over extreme heat they undergo thermal decomposition and form calcium and carbon dioxide. Just a little mistake here. In this video, whenever I say calcium, I actually mean calcium oxide. Now the calcium, I believe, is called lime when it's in that state. And when you add it to water, the lime, I believe you make calcium hydroxide, but I'm not sure. That is something that I would have to check. Let's flip it back over. You can see it's burning and it's got kind of, it's going kind of white. Put it back in. Now I might have to do a jump cut at some point to when it's burning a little bit more. You can see it's starting to produce an orange flame this side here and this side here. Something's blowing away. And it is cracking on top like that. Let's see. Which is pretty cool. Let's just have a little. Yeah, so whatever that is, it's quite flaky. Okay, I'll do a little jump cut here and I'll come back to you when something else happens. Right, I've moved it over to the middle a bit so it's getting flamed all round, and you can see that the red colouring here, I say colouring, it is the natural colour of the shell, is completely fading away. And in a few seconds I believe that will be completely gone. I put it in the middle because the heat will be able to spread more evenly around the whole of the shell. So I believe when the colour is wearing away and it's going the white, the kind of powdery flaky, I believe that is it turning into calcium. I believe that is the thermal decomposition, turning it into lime. The colour has completely gone now, as you can see. And on the other side, it is like that. And it's flaking away even more. There's an interesting smell being released. Yeah. It doesn't smell too bad, actually. It kind of just smells like something's cooking. Which I suppose in a way it is cooking. But yeah. It's going kind of a red flame now. I can keep hearing more cracks now. More cracks and more splutters. Ooh. It moved, so I don't think that was the wind. I think that's actually... there could be moisture being taken out of it. Kind of shrinking, moving itself a little bit. Obviously not moving itself, but you know what I mean. Okay, hold on, let's just move that over here. Knock anything off of it. You see, around the edges, that's completely kind of white now. And it's flaking away. Oh, it's melting the plastic underneath it. Right, I'll put it back in the flame and I'll be back to you if anything else. Right, I've had it on for another good 2 or 3 minutes. The edges have started to, I want to say calcify. I'm not sure that's quite the right word. But they've started to go the white colour. So I'm going to take it off now because I'm also running out of gas. I have more bottles, but not with me at the second. So we're going to take it off. Okay, on the floor. Now, I'm going to pat it around on the floor. Ow, that's very hot through the glove. Whoops-a-daisy. Smashed it on the floor. Obviously it's split in two now. But you can see on the floor there is quite a bit of... Oh, it's blowing away. Very light kind of dust bits that have come off of it. I'm not quite sure that it's been hot enough to completely undergo thermal decomposition to turn to calcium. But it has definitely changed. I'm going to smack it again. Break again. Again here. Ah, there we go. It's a much better way of showing it. Completely crumbling there, look. It's become a lot weaker than it was. If you look in there, that's kind of changed a little bit as well. Inside the actual shell structure. Cool. So that is how a shell will burn on an at-home gas stove. It might burn differently if you can get it to an even hotter temperature by a gas torch, for example, or something even hotter than that, like a furnace. But for now, that is how it burns. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share it around to all of your friends. There's a little button in the corner that you can click to subscribe, make it even easier. And I'll see you next time.